Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. Listen, if I didn't read this today, y'all, I would have thought somebody was trying to play a prank or is going to come from around the camera and say, "Smile, you're on candid camera." If you ain't old enough to know what that is, the more the younger generation version of that is, "Are you being punked?" Literally, folks. All I'm gonna say, it's the audacity for me. It's the audacity with this organization's leadership for me. I'm going to read an article that I'm going to place, of course, place the link for that in the description below. That is talking about this particular leadership. What it says is, ex-boss texts me a few days later, meaning the boss begs the employee. This article is from cheeseburger.com. And it's a story written by Brad P. Dixon on Tuesday, which was the 18th of April. Yeah, it was written by Brad P. Dixon. Boss begs employee to cover shift after firing them. Really? Let's dig into this now, shall we, guys? Being unexpectedly fired from a job has brutal finality, leaving you feeling lost with a little direction and wondering what will come next. Well, as it turns out, sometimes that next thing is your recently ex-boss calling and begging you to cover your recently ex-coworkers when they go on leave. Why not? You're perfect for the task. Heck, you were doing the job yourself until recently. From the boss's point of view, it's hard to see how anyone might have an issue with this proposal. I love the sarcasm already. After their boss had sufficiently rubbed salt in the wound, the Redditor u/OK character 3000 took to Reddit's anti-work subreddit to share their experience, detailing the circumstances that led to their firing and events that took place after. Commentators were dumbfounded, like I was when I read the title, dumbfounded, and made their thoughts heard, ripping the employer apart. Of course. Reading on for the story below. Next, check out the new managers and who made redundant after given absurd orders. All right, let me just go ahead and jump into this. Ex-boss texted me a few days ago after firing me and firing me to come back to cover for people's vacations. Oh, Lord. We're approaching cartoonish levels of idiocy. Yes. And density with my ex-boss. Shaking my head. Yeah, because I'm sticking by that emoji as well. So I was with a company for 11 weeks and it was all pretty dumb already. I didn't mind because it was more of an in-between kind of job. So Easter is today, and I got a message last week asking me to come in and cover and catch up so people could take their vacations. Thing is, I was fired a few days ago. Why? Because they asked me to go out of state for 4 weeks. At that point, I'd be losing money. I was the newest and lowest paid employee, and they wanted me out of state for 4 weeks. So I refused to go. I just didn't go. They gave me a 2-week notice and I was fired. Okay. Come around a few days after my termination, and they start texting me saying, "Well, you don't have kids, so how about covering us? Huh? Wait a minute, press pause. First of all, they're wrong for that. They're wrong, absolutely wrong for that. I'm gonna give my 2 cents at the end of this. My response is, I was literally fired, so no. I also told them that I would accept it for $4,000 per 8-hour shift and $1,000 for any hour after that. I'm sure you can guess their response. They acted like I was the one being unreasonable. I don't have any kids and I don't understand how much it means to them to have an Easter vacation. What a load of bull crap. I'll say, rant over. Thanks for reading. Edit. Wow, guys, thanks for your response. Of course, this is the Reddit user expressing their thanks based on a lot of other people's response to their post. Yes, I live in the US where our workers' rights are utterly dog crap because basically this particular employer apparently thought it was okay to just, go ahead and refer to the fact that this person has no children, so they should be free to do whatever the employer wants after they terminate them. This leader needs a brain transfusion because clearly they're not using their brain. The cost of travel, food, shelter were all to be handled by me. What? That's why I would end up in the red. I am also a 27-year-old female, FYI. A lot of people assume I was a dude. The responses to the Reddit post is well played. What beeping idiots they are. Shouldn't be running a bath. Shouldn't be running a bath, never mind a business. I'm likely to agree. This other user said, apple ice to burn area. Another person said, head on, apply directly to forehead. Somebody said, I would have come back with $5,000 per 8-hour shift and $1,500 for any hour after that. Inflation. I love that response. Couldn't they just close down over Easter weekend? Seems like it would have at least solved the immediate problem. That was another Reddit poster. The other Reddit poster said, what? And expect people not to be part of the hustle and grind for 2 solid days? Society, as we know it, would collapse. Another person on Reddit says, could have told them, okay, then just not show up. Of course not. They don't have any obligations to go there. They're terminated. Another Reddit participant said that would have done the most damage and made the manager look super incompetent. They already do by going back to an employee that they terminated 2 days before. Another Reddit person said they couldn't come up with a better solution than asking a person they just fired to cover shifts. The utter incompetence of management. I definitely agree with that statement. You're hiring a guy who knows he's a short timer, and then comes here with a grudge. Yes, I'm sure we can count on him to be professional because no problems, despite our doing the opposite to him or her in this case, because she is a female, but they made the assumption that was a male. Another Reddit poster said, how are they running things to ask the newly fired guy or girl to come into work for them? Somebody has said poorly, very poorly. Yep. And somebody else said, just because someone doesn't have children, it doesn't mean that their time, hobbies, interest, money is any less valuable than those who do. Very much so. That's correct. And if anything is more valuable, right? The parents' lives are over. Oh, jeez. When I tell you this foolishness, and of course, there's a news poll question: Have you ever been asked by an ex-boss to cover shift after being fired from a job? First of all, let's just stop it right there. First of all, what kind of leadership would do some foolishness like this? Number one, it's illegal to be bringing up people's if they have children or not. You've terminated this person. Of course, guys, while we're discussing this article, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you like this kind of commentary, or this is really more of a let's see how silly some leaders can be in the job market, because God forbid you use your common sense, because you would not have done that had you used any common sense. I'm sorry. A lot of the Reddit posters share my sentiments. Number one, if you terminated a person because they didn't want to do one thing. Clearly, you terminated based on You didn't do it based on business need. You did it because the person didn't want to travel out of town, and you didn't want to cover the travel. You require them to travel, but you weren't going to cover the travel. That's problematic, number one. Number two, after you terminated somebody, you realize, oh, I have no coverage, so let me ask the person you just terminated to cover shifts. The audacity. It's the audacity for me. And then when they didn't want to cover it, you start acting like you're the victim. Like, miss me with the foolishness already. Guys, if you've ever had any kind of encounter with any employer like this, run for the hills. And if you do not have your resume updated, please go to mentorshelley.com/consultations. I am more than happy to help you get your resume together so you can get the heck away from these type of crazy employers. Guys, I will never want you to put yourself in harm's way of leadership at this level of incompetency. They clearly don't understand what is needed in their organization, or they would not, under any circumstances, number one, they don't have the proper coverage. Number two, go back to an employee person you just terminated to try and cover shifts, and then have the nerve to try to influence a decision by mentioning the fact that they have children or not. When I tell you, you've overstepped some personal boundaries there, and this leader is absolutely unprofessional and does not need to even be in leadership if this is the way they operate and this is the way they think. Guys, of course, if you are dealing with anything like this and you just have general questions, you can go to mentorshelley.com/contact, where you can leave me a voicemail or an email message, or go ahead and comment in the comment section below. As you know, there's a lot of things going on in the job market, and clearly we are not limited to the ridiculousness that is going on here. This article pretty much sums it up all. It's the audacity with leadership for me, and the level of entitlement that you think you have to this person that you just terminated is absolutely astounding. But of course, guys, as you know, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel or wherever you're watching this particular video, guys. I am here to make sure you become a better version of yourself professionally. Clearly, this leader needs some leadership training and some real leadership skills, because they're lacking this if this is the decisions that they're making to run this person's establishment. All right, guys, take care. If you have questions, of course, as I said, go to mentorshelley.com/contact, or leave your questions and comments in the comment section below. Of course, this is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. We are still on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so go ahead and share this content with your friends, coworkers, anyone that you think that will benefit from this type of content, guys. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one.